Hey, what's up, you guys? Jelly here. Today we're going to talk about this EX Grand Prix and a deck that you can run through it to get an easy 5-0. This deck is really, really good, and I think if you have it, and there's a couple ways that you can kind of tweak it, but if you have the deck, I really think it's a great idea, especially if you enjoy playing Ryu, and especially if you enjoy playing Denjin Renki. Now, Denjin Renki gives +2 damage onto any card in your hand or on the field, so you're going to take advantage of that with this style of deck. There's two different things that you can do here. So this is a very creature-light deck. So you're going to be looking for some creature removal, some bodies that'll stick around, that'll deal with some of your opponent's creatures, because you do kind of have to worry about it, but you pretty much are just worrying about killing them off just to survive or stalling just to survive, and then going off with Denjin Reiki and your burn spells. So you're going to play a lot of the straight to the face cards. You're going to be playing Headshot, Sneak Attack, and this guy here, Scar of Humiliation. Now, Scar is good damage, but it is also not Art Charge, so it's kind of like the worst of the three, but it's not bad. But you will play one Leon. I think one is good because you just want that little bit extra to give you the +1 damage. It's not like a huge factor, but it is pretty good. And you will fly through the deck with this 200% mana boost. You're going to be playing out cards constantly, so it's not bad to just do one-ofs. So I think that's pretty good. When we're looking at your creature control, the two big things that you're going to have is going to be Neon Tiger. So 110 body is fantastic. It's efficient for 3 mana. To just slap it down quick, and it survives a lot. And also the deal 1 damage to all enemy units. Once you start giving Denjin Reiki off, if it's getting that 3 damage, 5 damage into your opponent's creatures, it's going to be a Dread King Rathalos on its own. So that's pretty good. Now, Dread King Rathalos is in this. Now, he's a card you don't need. I think he's pretty good. I think he's, got some good use. You can even just play him out really early and have his effect. If you're against green, it sucks if they seal him, but honestly, you will probably at least kill one thing with Dread King Rathalos. And purple loves flying units, so having him in there is great. You have Kieran to help you try and deal with, creature cards. The Denjin Reiki makes it 2 damage to 4 damage to 6 damage, blah, blah, blah. Very good, but it is, very fragile, only having 4 health. It is something you can swap out if you want. It is something that I've considered swapping out of the deck list. Otherwise, you're playing so many actions. You've got Fate-Defying Ryu. He's great at killing off creatures easy. He's going to rack up some big damage if he's not dealt with quickly. So it's just one more thing your opponent has to invest into doing. Let's see. Otherwise, you've got Forest Spare here. A little burn to your opponent's face and dealing with the creatures. Fantastic in a Renki-style deck. 1 damage, 3 damage. Whatever it is, he deals with it well. And it's a nice little 2 damage chump, so he can help deal with some creatures. You have your lightning bolts in here. Oh, that's Liberating Slash. Lightning bolts here just to kind of thin out the deck. 2 damage, whatever, for 2 mana, and it helps thin out your deck because you're going to be flying through it quickly. So getting to your burn spells and getting to the point where you can go off is pretty good. You're playing a lot of low cost cards, especially for Denjin Renki, which is 22 AP. So you do kind of want to cycle it quickly and get to the stuff that'll help you survive. So it is pretty good. Liberating Slash, it does help you in that sense. A lot of the time, honestly, you're going to be using this more to help you burn off one of your creatures and give you that 9 life, or even more, depending on if you get that Renki off. You can get up to, say, if you have Denjin Renki and Leon down, you got 12 damage that you're going to heal to your own face. So that's fantastic, and you're usually going to do that because this game is really big about surviving. You got your straight burn spells, and then you've got Empusa. Empusa is awesome. Play, as long as your opponent has 4 or less health on a creature, you can get off, straight damage to the face. So that's a nice little surprise that they can't respond to quickly. So if you drop the Kierans, putting in an extra Empusa, putting in other, direct damage units will help. There's plenty of ways to play this style deck. Red has access to so many burn spells, but this deck I've definitely easily 5-0'd with, and I think you should have no problem if you want to try it out yourself. So here's one of my 5-0 runs with this deck. Hopefully you get some pretty good rewards out of it. The Selfish Predation is pretty nice, huh? If you enjoyed this, let me know. Try it out. See how you do. And, drop a comment down below. Let me know how you did. Hopefully you do pretty well.
Prepare yourself. me what you're made of. Prove to me what you're made of. Prepare yourself.
Watch this!
It's time. I'll hold nothing back.
My turn now.
I'll hold nothing back. We're just getting started!
My turn now.
Can't afford to doubt myself.
Let's get in! Say your prayer.
I'll hold nothing back.
Oh yeah! Watch this!
It's time. I'll hold nothing back.
My turn now.
Can't afford to doubt myself. We're just getting started!
Let's get airborne!
Can't afford to
My
doubt
turn
myself.
now.
Prepare yourself. It's not over yet.
Let's
Just
get
getting
airborne!
started. Prepare yourself.
Bingo!
Can't afford to doubt myself. We're just getting started!
Let's get airborne! Oh yeah! Watch this!
Prepare yourself. I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead.
Try harder.
Can't afford to doubt myself.
Try harder.
I'll hold nothing back.
Don't disappoint me now.
It's time. I'll hold nothing back.
Don't disappoint me now.
Prepare yourself.
Naughty, naughty.
Prove to me what you're made of.
You devil.
We're just getting started!
Just all I want is everything.
Prepare yourself. Prove to me what you're made of.
You devil. Try harder.
I'll hold nothing back.
Try harder.
Can't afford to doubt myself. I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Don't disappoint me now.
Prepare yourself.
Try harder.
Prove to me what you're made of.
You devil.
It's time. We're just getting started!
Try harder. Try
Can't
harder.
afford to doubt myself. Prove to me what you're made of.
You devil.
I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead. Can't afford to doubt myself.
My spirit
Prepare
burns.
yourself. Prepare yourself. I'll hold nothing back.
You're done.
Prepare yourself.
Now you know what real kung fu looks like.
just getting started! Can't afford to doubt myself.
Now you know what real kung fu looks like.
I'll hold nothing
Now
back.
you know what real kung fu looks like.
Can't afford to doubt myself.
My spirit burns.
Prepare yourself.
Now you know what real kung fu looks like.
Prove to me what
We're
you're
just
made
getting
of.
started!
I'll hold nothing back.
You're done.
Can't afford to doubt myself. Prove to me what you're made of.
Count me
Prove
out
to
yet.
me what you're made of.
Count me out yet.
I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead. I'll hold nothing back. Can't afford to doubt myself. Can't afford to doubt myself. Can't afford to doubt myself. It's time. I'll hold nothing back. Can't afford to doubt myself. I'll hold nothing back. Prepare yourself.
We're just getting started!
It's time. Prepare yourself. I'll hold nothing back. It's time.
We're just getting started!
Prepare yourself. I'll hold nothing back. Prepare yourself. I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead.